300,000 years ago, a human decided to bury their dead companion in the ground. This was the world's first burial ceremony. But why? Animals don't bury their dead. So what drove this human to such different behavior? The mystery behind this decision reveals humanity's deepest secret. Today, we'll discover perhaps the most important moment in human history. The day the first grave was dug, we didn't just bury the dead. We discovered our consciousness of death. The 1997 discovery in Spain's Atapuerca Mountains shocked the scientific world. At a site they named Sima de los Huesos, pit of bones, they found remains of 28 different individuals. But these weren't random bones. They were consciously placed, carefully arranged remains, 300,000 years old. This discovery was revolutionary because scientists previously thought such conscious burial behavior only dated back 100,000 years. Sima de los Huesos tripled that timeline. So what happened that day? Why did a Homo Heidelbergensis individual decide to bury their dead tribe members? The answer: they understood what death meant for the first time. Animals observe death but don't understand it. A cat may carry its dead kitten but can't grasp that this is permanent. Humans were different. 300,000 years ago, a human thought, "This person is gone and will never return." This thought was humanity's greatest leap, because a being that understands death also understands the value of life. But why burial? Why didn't they just leave and go? Archaeologists propose several theories. First, hygiene. They may have intuitively understood that dead bodies spread disease. Second, protection from predators, preventing dead bodies from attracting scavengers. But the real reason lies deeper: emotional attachment. These humans couldn't accept that their bonds with loved ones ended with death. Burial was a farewell ritual. A hand axe was found with the remains at Sima de los Huesos. This is significant because it wasn't functional, only symbolic. This is the first known funeral gift. This gift shows those humans thought there might be life after death, or at least they hoped the deceased would need this gift. This is the first sign of religious thought. 300,000 years ago, humans didn't just understand death. They began questioning what comes after. The first burial ceremony's impact on society was revolutionary. First, group solidarity increased. Communities that showed respect to the dead also valued the living. Second, the concept of tradition was born. Young individuals who witnessed burial ceremonies learned and passed it on. Third impact, time consciousness. Understanding death meant understanding past and future. Communities equipped with this knowledge began planning. Food storage, seasonal preparation, long-term strategy. That first grave 300,000 years ago is the ancestor of all our funeral ceremonies today. Every culture has its own burial rituals, but they all have the same origin: Sima de los Huesos. Pyramids, tombstones, mausoleums, cremations, all are continuations of that first decision. Our need to ritualize death comes from 300,000 years ago. But death consciousness came with a price: fear of death. Understanding death meant understanding our own mortality. This knowledge brought both power and anxiety to humanity. Modern psychology shows that fear of death underlies many of our behaviors. That first grave dug 300,000 years ago was humanity's turning point. That day, we didn't just unite the dead with earth. We discovered our humanity. Death consciousness is one of the features that separates us from animals. But It's also the beginning of our search for life's meaning. In every cemetery visit, every funeral ceremony, even in your feelings when remembering loved ones, traces of that first burial ceremony exist. This journey that began 300,000 years ago is humanity's adventure of confronting its deepest truths. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like. Subscribe for more humanity stories. Remember, understanding death is understanding life.